Hey there, this is Pablo El Molinero. I never really thought about Cracker Barrel before because it's not a restaurant that I frequent. So, when I heard the news about the change of the logo and the controversy surrounding the change, I thought it was just another effort by corporate America to suck the soul and charm out of their product in order to appeal to a more generic public. To me, it was akin to going to a Thai or Mexican restaurant only to discover that the food is dumbed down and not really spicy or flavorful because the local palate doesn't really like piquant cuisine. Then I heard some of the complaints from the Cracker Barrel regulars, and I started to get a clearer idea of what was going on. They were genuinely insulted. I have seen a lot of comments on social media by Cracker Barrel diners saying that they never intended to eat there ever again. I did always recognize that this was a beloved brand with some people, so this was a pretty big deal. So, what were they seeing that the corporate masters missed? They felt that deep down, those who ran the enterprise despised their customer base, held them with genuine contempt, and were attempting to de-hickify, de-redneckify, and if possible, de-magify the atmosphere. They envisioned board members at Tony events bemoaning the number of red baseball caps visible in many of their restaurants. They could imagine conversations along the lines of, "Ooh, what's it like? Do they watch Fox News at the restaurant? Ooh, how can you stand it? Oh, don't worry, we'll educate them. Some of them anyway. We've got a plan." The feeling was that Cracker Barrel was saying that their customers were stupid when they just thought they were enjoying a good meal. After considering that perception, I too became angry. I am not generally a proponent of boycotts per se, and I am not in favor of destroying an iconic American brand. But in this case, my feeling was that the CEO of Cracker Barrel, a woman named Julie Masino, must be destroyed, humiliated, and pilloried on the public business square, just as Bud Light's Alyssa Heinerscheid and Porsche's Adrian Mardell. In my research, I couldn't find any reference to Ms. Masino's political leanings. But I did see that one of the board members, Gilbert Davila, runs a DEI consulting firm and was formerly VP of Global Diversity and Multicultural Marketing Development at Disney. I suspect that we may have found another scapegoat for the shareholders to look into. So, do I support a boycott of Cracker Barrel? Well, I don't not support it. I do believe that corporate America needs to be sent a very clear message. Stay out of it. Focus on the product and stop doing things that alienate half the population. Anyway, it doesn't matter what I think about a boycott. Like I said, I'm not a customer. I suspect that the damage has already been done and I couldn't stop it even if I wanted to. Now, what can Cracker Barrel do to repair the situation? Good question. The company issued a statement to the public. It wasn't exactly an apology, but it did kind of acknowledge the fuck-up in the revamping of the chain's image. They didn't say that they would restore the image of Uncle Herschel on the logo, but that he would remain on the menu, on the highway signs, and within the restaurant itself. Uncle Herschel, by the way, is the cracker sitting next to the barrel. One thing that stuck out to me was the line, "While our logo and remodels may be making headlines, our bigger focus is still right where it belongs, in the kitchen and on your plate, serving generous portions of the food you crave." Maybe it's just me, but I read that as exploiting a common Southern stereotype. What I heard was, "Oh, my chubby cousins, would it help if we throw in unlimited gravy for you as long as it keeps you Dixie cups coming in with your charming Confederate countenances?" I'm not at all ashamed to confess, I do love me some delicious cream gravy. I suspect that the statement didn't do nearly enough groveling for the likes of the indignant customer base. They could try bribing some White Lives Matter hucksters if they show up on their doorstep. Hell, I'm available. But I still don't believe that even that will do it. Bud Light is still struggling and Porsche may have ruined their brand forever. I suspect that their best bet would be to show up at the White House with military-style haircuts and donate, say, 10 mil to the Trump Presidential Library Resort and Casino. It wouldn't hurt if they also pledged to invest $5 billion or so in a biscuit research facility in their hometown of Lebanon, Tennessee. In any case, if Cracker Barrel doesn't ultimately survive, I think we all know who the press is going to pin the blame on. Anyway, Cracker Barrel, if you're still around in a few years, I might just drop in. I have to admit, those country fried pork chops look pretty tasty. This is Pablo el Molinero. Gravy.